I'm back! Hi everybody, it's me, Christina. I am You Got the Look, and today I'm filming my first video of January 18. But Christina, you didn't film any videos in 2017. Lies? I filmed 3. One of them got posted. Okay, 2017 was like a really insane year for me, okay? At the end of 2016, I was in a really tough job situation. I was really stressed out. I was bored. I was depressed. I was going out of my mind, which is really insane because at home, I was the happiest I had ever been. October of 16, I got married. You know, me and my son were finally starting to mesh and get our act together. My husband is completely amazing. Obviously, that's why I married him. And, you know, I just things couldn't be better here at the house. Now, out there, mm, totally different situation. So January of 2017 was like a breaking point for me. I was like, babe, I can work for about another 7 more months. My husband was able to pay the bills, so my paycheck basically was just going toward tuition loans. I could have paid off half of them by working for another 7 months and then using my vacation pay to make up the difference. It was going to be amazing. And then I got pregnant, you know, which is like that's there's so many women out there who have that exact same story, like, oh, everything was clicking along and it was going to be great, and then I got knocked up. But actually, it wasn't a bad thing. Like, I mean, okay, we weren't trying to get pregnant and we weren't trying not to get pregnant. I don't think I expected to get pregnant in 3 months flat. I mean, just like early February, I started puking my guts out and I didn't quit for 6 months, you know, which was really awful. The stress that I was already under from work and the depression that I already suffer from as like a chronic thing. Even when I'm happy, there's like something in my head that's not quite happy. And there he goes. I'll be right back. Sorry about that. You moms and older sisters and brothers know the first thing that happens when mommy tries to do things is the baby decides he wants some attention, right? So, you know, a little bit of a snack and a little bit of playtime and a fresh diaper, and then it's nap time. And maybe I can finish this video before he wakes up. We'll have to see what happens. So, where was I? It was okay, so I got pregnant at the end of January, like right when we were starting to figure things out. And I wasn't like upset that I got pregnant so early. It required a lot of shuffling. And I was so sick, like depressed in bed, except for when I had to get up to puke, sick for like 4 months. I ended up having to leave my job because I ran out all of my sick time calling in, and it was a mess. And then the last 3 months or so, 2.5 months, I guess, really, I was finally able to eat, but everything looked disgusting. So I came out of my pregnancy 15 pounds lighter than when I went in, despite the fact that I basically did nothing for the entire year. The one video that I posted last year was during a very brief, like, euphoric, I don't even, it must have been hypomania or something, that I was able to get all the way upstairs and do some filming with my June or July vanishing cabinet. I don't know. Look for the video. It's cute. I was wearing red. You can see my belly. It was fun. So here I am. So, you know, and I had Sam. His name is Sam. I always wanted a Sammy baby, and now I have one. He was born in October, and he's really cute. He has my lips and my hands, and I think he's gonna end up with his dad's eyes and nose. So I'm happy about this kid. I really am, because I always wanted, you know, a husband and 2 kids and an extra bedroom and a business of my own. Ooh, wait for that video. It's coming probably sometime in the next couple of weeks. I'm gonna film like a little business launch, and it'll be like a really quick, like I'll show you a couple of the things that I'm working on, including, I'll just show you right now. I have an idea. This is one of my old pieces of work. That's something that I made a long time ago, and I'm going to recreate this design with amethyst, and then I'm going to do another one with tiger's eye, and it's going to be really, really awesome. So look forward to that. If you would like to see, by the way, more of like the things that I make and like my art and stuff, let me know in the comments below, because that's something that I'm willing to share via video. Okay, so that was 2017, and it was insane. So you do the math, and the baby was born in the middle of October, so basically I was recovering until September. Also, we got hit with Harvey, we got hit with transmission troubles, we got hit with tire problems. I will try to do better in 2018. I will try to work up a schedule and do some more things. So that's where I am and what I'm working on. So the reason for this video is a cultural phenomenon in the makeup world that is project panning. There's this idea that you have all of your makeup and you love all of your makeup, but you don't wear all of your makeup because you keep buying more. And that's bad. Because number one, you end up with way too much crap. Number two, you end up spending way too much money. And number three, your stuff goes bad and you don't even get to enjoy it. Like, how sad is that? The panning community, you know what I mean? Is just a group of people who have decided that using your product is more important than collecting more and more and more. And people do it for a lot of reasons. Either, you know, they can't afford to buy more stuff, so they promise to use more, or they don't have the space, or they just want to feel like they're using the things that they're buying. I mean, there's tons of reasons, and to a certain extent, all of those apply to me. Of course, with me leaving my job last year, we don't have a ton of extra money for me to be buying silly things like that. And, you know, I've only been wearing makeup for about 3 years now. So the fact that my collection is as extensive as it is really kind of embarrassing. So I decided that Project Pan was a thing that I wanted to do. You can go through YouTube if you want to see what like a more traditional Project Pan or Pan That Palette looks like. My version is a little bit more loose and whimsical. Project Pan specifically, what I'm doing is use it or lose it, love it or leave it. So I think the best way I can explain that is to just kind of go through and show you what I've got. The first basket I have is these items right here. These are Notoriously Morbid. There's some eyeshadows in there. There's a perfume sample down at the bottom. There's a Slumber Salve. This is a shadow bind that's getting on in years. These are items that I really enjoy. These are my oldest Notoriously Morbid items, and I want to be able to get at least some use out of them before they start getting chunky or weird or changing in texture. Now the way I use my, and what I've been using is one of these. If you've ever been to a Mary Kay party, you know what this is. But I put the eyeshadow in the top pans, and then I use the bottom pans for patting, blending, tapping, or whatever, mixing colors even if I need to. I've got a little bit of extra space for some other stuff. I can use loose blush or highlighter in this big pan with a fluffy brush. I mean, these things are great. If you can ever find some, if you use a lot of loose eyeshadows, that's the magic trick. So basically, I figured out that a mini, you can use it every single day and get about 3 months worth of use out of it. That's a lot. I own 150 of these. I gotta use them at some point. So basically what I'm doing is I'm just rotating through them. I have these. I'll stick to these for, you know, a few weeks, and if I love the colors, I'll keep them and cycle them back into my collection. Any colors that I don't fall in love with or can't handle, I can destash, I can declutter, I can trash them, I can whatever I need to do. I'll just get rid of them or pass them on to somebody who will love them more than I will. And ultimately, my goal is to be able to use up some of the smaller items. This tiny little perfume sample, if I use it almost every day, I can probably have it done in a couple of months. And if not, then, you know, maybe my heart won't break if I get rid of it, because at least I used it. You know what I mean? It won't be like this brand new thing that went in the trash. So that's my loose shadows for basically for the next month is what it comes down to. My actual quote makeup basket for this month is this little guy right here. Let me see if I can, here we go. Okay, so basically it's got like some foil packets and stuff that I've been holding on to that I really want to try, different samples of things. And then it's got some color samples that I've been wanting to use, foundation, and then baggy samples of various loose eyeshadows. The little pots, I just pour it right into my cosmetic pan and I use it from there. And I think I can get through all of the samples, the little bitty samples in this basket. There's just like a handful of them. And I think I can finish them off by the end of the month. And if I don't finish them off by the end of the month, I've promised myself that I won't feel bad about throwing them away, because they just have been sitting there. They're not serving any purpose. So they need to go. My use it or lose it, love it or leave it lips for this month are these three by Notoriously Morbid. Let's get up close and show you the colors, how pretty they are. And the reason I'm using these is because these are my oldest Notoriously Morbid lipsticks. This other color is called Esoteric. Let me see if I can show that to you. Ooh, it's a great blue on me. I love it so much. In fact, I just ordered a backup because it's not gone off, but it smells like almost stale, like not quite, but almost. So I have probably a matter of weeks before this goes bad. So this is getting tossed at the end of January regardless. So I'm trying to get some use out of it for that reason. These two I bought at the same time as this one, but they haven't started to smell off yet. I've never really gotten a lot of use out of them, as much fun as they are. And if it's not something I'm going to use regularly, then maybe it needs to go. So I'm trying to convince myself to use them more often, but as you can see, even attempting to use these more often, I still ended up pulling a red lipstick out of somewhere else. So that tells you how that works. If I don't fall back in love with these by the end of the month, I'm throwing them out. Sad, it's going to be really, it's what you have to do. This mascara is going to get tossed pretty soon. I'm finally using it. This was a BoxyCharm item. I thought it would be gone by now as fast as it was going. It's starting to get a little bit dry and chunky on me. So I'll get a few more weeks out of it. I do enjoy this mascara. This is the Blink Mascara Amplified Tubing Mascara something or another. I don't know. It's cool. It's just a black mascara and it works really well. But I mean, when it's gross, it's gross. You gotta just let that go. And then I've got a couple of other skincare face samples. Tiny little sample tube of lipstick. That was from a Notoriously Morbid Vanishing Cabinet. It's a really great lipstick, but it's been here for a year and a half and it's not serving me any purpose. And I have tons of red lipsticks, so I'm trying to use my way through that one so I can get around to using the other ones. Another use it or lose it, love it or leave it is, I'm not going to open the bag because that's kind of troublesome, but I have like 9 of those teeny little perfume samples in here, the little tubes that have like 2 uses and a little spray thing. I kept getting them in Sephora play boxes. Yeah, I still have all of these perfumes. My husband loves it when I wear a nice perfume, so every once in a while I'll bust one of these out. With any kind of luck, I'll be able to finish these up in the next couple of months and then maybe invest in like 1 or 2 really great perfumes that I really actually love. Now over here, I've got these 3 little acrylic thingies, and I basically filled them with my oldest lip and eye products, things that I'm concerned may start to go bad or that run the risk of drying out, or for example, I had these. Try like that. Haha! I learned. This is the 24/7 waterproof liquid eyeliner. This is in the color Demolition. It is a great brown matte color, but y'all, they don't even make these I've already thrown 3 of them out because they went gooey on me. Like, these are going, and they're going fast, and it's really sad, but I need to use them, like, soon. So I went ahead and pulled them out of my collection and put them on my desktop, and I'll hopefully be able to cycle my way through them. I want to be able to work my way through this one, and let me see. There you go. So it's got lip liners, it's got eyeliners, it's got more eyeliners, it's got a concealer and another concealer and a lip primer and some more lipsticks and some more lipsticks. Most of the stuff I bought in 2015, I guess. Late 2015, early 2016. So basically, as I cycle my way through or throw out the items in this box, I'm going to start pulling stuff out of this one to add to it. And this will be, the white basket will be my kind of everyday reaching for it, you know, need to get through it basket. And then the acrylic basket will be like my restock for the remainder of the year or whatever. Next, I have this little flowery thing. It's, let me show you. It's flower shaped and it's got like spaces and holes for all kinds of stuff. And this is the same thing as the heart-shaped one I just showed you. It's got a couple of eyeliners and a few lipsticks and things that I'm concerned will go bad. So I pulled them out to keep them on my vanity top. And this, I'll probably start reaching for these in February. I'll probably put like this whole, most or all of this selection into the white basket because it has lip products in it that I'm very concerned about it. The Notoriously Morbid lip products only have technically a 1-year. And there's a couple of liquid eyeliners in there that I don't want to dry out. And my oldest Ofra liquid lipsticks, these are like 2.5 years old. So if they're going to get chunky, it's going to happen soon. And then I'm going to have to toss them. So I might as well have them available so I can be checking on them. And then over here, I've got more of the same. This is mostly my ColourPop matte liquid lipsticks. A lot of these are older, and there's a few lip liner pencils in here. That's the stuff that I want to force myself to cycle through. Basically, I want to focus on these for the first half of the year, I guess. As a general rule, I kind of feel like most of this stuff is going to be ready to go by about the middle of summer. So hopefully I can force myself to cycle through and get rid of all that stuff. Another reason that I have all of these things out is because I don't want to be forcing myself to be too tight with the products that I use, because I do own a lot of stuff and I do love to use a lot of strange different colors. And now that I don't have my vanity upstairs anymore, it's down here where I can access it. So I've been wearing makeup every day for like a month now, and I really like being able to see and access a bunch of the stuff that I like the most, and I love lipsticks and eyeliners, so that's what I'm working on right now. The last thing I think I'm gonna show you is my big box. So you can see it's got a bit of my full-size products and some skincare things and a couple of other items. Those are just kind of to round out my collection. I like the idea of not having to choose between 3 similar blushes every day, so I just pulled one out and That's my blush. I'm not even wearing blush today, but when I do, that's the one that I wear, and it's super pigmented. So I'm not planning. I don't want to pan it or anything like that. I just want to get some good use out of it. It's a BoxyCharm item. If I hate it at the end of 3 months, I don't mind throwing it out. I paid like $4 for it. Who cares? This one, same thing. I've actually had this one. This is one of my first ever BoxyCharm items, and this white stripe combined with this kind of pinky color. What is my cat doing over there? I have a cat on the sofa over there, and I don't know what she's doing. I think she's chasing a fly, which is awesome. Anyways, so yeah, I love this thing. And then this magnetic palette has, I can open it actually. The square ones that you can see are what's left of the Urban Decay Smoked palette. Those are the colors that I liked and kept out of it. And then these three are my oldest eyeshadows. Those are all Mary Kay eyeshadows that my mommy gave me back before I really started wearing makeup. But they're still, whoops, I almost knocked that right out of the thing. They're still pretty good pigmentation wise. I can definitely work with them. I like them for more subtle looks or like little hints of color instead of pops of color. I may or may not keep them forever, but we'll see what actually happens. I would love to be able to pan at least 1 or 2 colors out of this palette, but I won't be heartbroken if I don't, because what I'm really trying to do is cycle through more of my sample type items, and I'm really concerned about lipsticks. Eyeshadows, and for the most part, they can be resanitized by just like spritzing them with alcohol. The other thing that I want to finish my way through over here is this bag, which is full of deluxe size foundation and concealer type items. And the reason I have so many is because I don't wear foundation very often. So they tend to just kind of sit. I actually own 6 full-size foundations, and I don't even know why. I don't wear foundation all that often. I'm trying to make myself work my way through these just to get them out of my collection so I can throw away the packaging and make some more space in my stuff. And then I've got a couple of other skincare items in there. And that's my quote-unquote pan project for 2018, at least for the first half of 2018. This isn't even a fourth of my collection. At some point in the future, I'll do a proper, like, vanity tour so that you can see exactly what a mess of stuff I've got. I mean, it's not a mess. It's very nicely and neatly organized exactly the way I like it, but there's just a lot of crap here. And I need to cycle through it. I need to love it. I need to get rid of things that don't work for me. I need to cull my collection down to something that I'm really going to love and enjoy. I've gotten to a point where I struggle a lot now with making up my mind about what to do, and it's because I have so much stuff. And it's overwhelming. So that's why I'm doing this, I guess. It's an attempt to limit my options so that I'll be more willing to use things, but also giving me a way to rotate my products so that more of it will be used in a way that I enjoy. You know, I put makeup on as part of my self-care. This is my way of giving myself something good. And when it stops being good, it needs to change. So that's what I'm doing. I'm changing it. And yeah, I guess that's what's going on here. So I appreciate your time and your attention. I appreciate you sticking with me this long and watching the madness. Hey, look, there's a cat. I don't think she can get out. I closed that door. That's all right. I'll let her out in just a minute. And I got distracted. I'm not really. I'm like watching the cat's tail over there in the background on my monitor. So I guess that's it, really. You know, if you're interested in what I'm doing and you want more updates or more details, or you saw something that you're curious about, I also do have a complete makeup inventory. I'm going to be photographing my stash, and I'm planning on doing empties videos on a monthly basis, but I also think I'm gonna start doing like book reviews or something. I had to do something besides makeup because my life is a lot bigger than that, and I'm starting to look kind of one-track minded, to be totally honest with you. So if there's anything in particular that you want to see, or something like those of you who know me personally, if there's something that you want to hear me talk about, or you know, gather some opinions on, then by all means, just let me know. The comments below, private message is great. Whichever way you want to do it. Of course, if you enjoy the kinds of things that I do and you want to know if I'm really going to do more this year, feel free to click uh, the subscribe button, or you know, provide me with a little bit of encourage by clicking the like button and sharing it, or you know, whichever way you want to do it. And if you, I guess regardless, I'll see you soon. Thank you.